Guys, that MAUL Shadow Lord trailer was insane. And now that I've had some time to collect my thoughts, here's a full trailer breakdown coming at you. So the trailer begins with just some beautiful shots of what I assume is the Coruscant underworld. You get some shady dealings, some heists taking place, and then you have a character who kind of looks like Dravis from Jedi Survivor. A Gindi, I believe is what those are called, right? And he's speaking with another individual, and they're kind of having a meal, and one of them says, "Any idea who pulled that one off?" referring to a heist. And the guy replies, "None of them had the nerve to pull this one off." And then the other guy says, "Well, there might be one person." And the other person says, "He's long gone." And that's when you get a cloaked figure walk down the ramp, ignites the lightsaber. Whoa, it's Darth Maul. And you see a Mandalorian character, Rook Cast, start blasting, and there's some great action going on. There's a really terrific shot that kind of reminds me of The Dark Knight when the Joker is in the tunnel using the rocket launcher and shooting that armored transport. It's of Maul in the back of a vehicle with a couple guys flanking him on both sides and just with a minigun just. It's really cool. Then Rook Cast says, "You had another vision." And Maul replies, "The one that I seek is here," showing a female red Twi'lek. And of course, a lot of people speculating that this is in fact Darth Talon. That would be interesting. I'd be curious to see how that story is going to be adapted into canon, but that does look like the direction we're headed, which, hey, that's really interesting, especially considering that's George Lucas's sort of original vision for the sequels, and maybe they're reworking that concept into canon. Very intrigued by that. Continues, you see some shots of, I'm just going to call her Talon for now for the sake of it, but you see some shots of Talon, like, you know, with, using the Force. She steals Maul's lightsaber. They spar. That's really cool. And then Maul at one point fights an individual with a blue lightsaber. At the end, you hear a voice, and it cuts to black. You hear a voice. "So it's true. You live." And it's Marok from the Ahsoka show. How about that, huh? So here's some of my thoughts regarding this trailer. First of all, I want to say I posted a short right afterward, and you know, memory is a fickle thing. I was all caught up in the excitement. I said that I couldn't remember Rook Cast's name. I said that Talon was fighting with a blue lightsaber, but that's not true. She was fighting with Maul's lightsaber, or a red one in general. And Maul was fighting another character with a blue lightsaber. And I also put in the comments a couple times that I could have swore this character was blue, but I think that she just had a blue light on her at some point, and I was all caught up in the excitement. So some thoughts and theories I have about this trailer and where we could be headed. I think that, first of all, the Darth Talon stuff is really interesting. I'm really curious to see where that's going to go. If this is a multi-season endeavor, I would like to see them continue the Solo story and kind of revisit that cliffhanger at the end of that movie with Kira, with Crimson Dawn, all that stuff. Because this season, the first season, is taking place just a couple years after the Clone Wars. Maul even is wearing the same outfit he does in the Clone Wars. I don't really envision them doing anything with that as of this point. Maybe we see him rise through the ranks of Crimson Dawn. We do know that he hasn't been in contact with Dryden Voss as of the Siege of Mandalore. So that would be really interesting to see. I think that this time period is also prime time for a Vader-Maul face-off. Let's see why Maul goes from arrogant, ready to take on Anakin in the Siege of Mandalore to being terrified of him and being more reserved in Rebels. I'm really excited to see that bridge between the two shows and see how that character gets from point A to point B. Yeah, that's really all I've got right now as far as Maul Shadow Lord is concerned. It was really cool after the trailer and the title reveal. Sam Witwer was standing on the celebration stage, like kind of bathed in red, and he pulled an Ian McDermott and was like, "Play it again." And of course, they rolled the trailer again. It was really, really cool. Definitely was not expecting this announcement. I'm really excited to see where it goes. Comes out 2026. Let me know your thoughts. BDTS out.